What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time. Today, I've got some classic Am I the Jerk stories for you, but I'm joined with an absolutely phenomenal duo. I've got John and Sam with me from the OKOP show. Boys, pleasure to have you on. How are you doing? Are you looking forward to this?
Thanks for having us. I mean, we're really looking forward to it. Also, your accent introducing us, it just is so pleasant.
Feels like I'm in an audiobook.
It really does.
Yeah, it feels like I'm about to be read Harry Potter.
You know, I've been working on it for 25 years, guys, so it's getting there. It's getting there.
And it's great.
You've crushed it. You've crushed it.
But if you guys don't know the OKOP show, it's similar to what I do here on my channel. It's over on all podcast platforms, on YouTube as well, and smashes it on TikTok. The boys just look at funny Reddit content, give their opinions, read it out, narrate it. It's great stuff. We've also recorded another one over on their channel, link down below. But for now, without further ado, let's get in to the first post of this one. Am I the jerk for painting a curse word on the wall of my friend's new house? Okay. Here we go. My friend and his wife just bought their first home. It's a fixer-upper, and I've been helping them out with the fixing. My father was a handyman and contractor, so I have a lot of skills and experience with doing maintenance, repairs, and upgrades on a house. I also have pretty much all the tools I need to do most of the work. This last weekend, I was helping paint the dining room. I had everything set up the way I wanted, and I was ready to go. For some freaking reason, his wife decides to let their dogs into the room I'm painting. First thoughts, lads. What do we think about that?
I mean, unless you want one of those cute paw prints on the wall or something. You know how you have those paw prints on the street and it's like, oh, this dog was here in 2002?
Yeah.
Unless you want that, it seems like you're going to disrupt the painting process.
Yeah, because also a dog isn't probably just going to be like, boop. A dog is just going to be like, oh, just like going crazy and, you know, marking up the fur and everything, right?
Although I did see a dog with some bleached hair. Had a little like green hair the other day. And so maybe we're going for a little dog, you know, hair look.
I mean, who knows?
Which could be cool.
Could be unbelievable. I mean, as you say, unless the dog is the tamest, most well-trained dog of all time, this doesn't seem like the best idea. And as we'll see right now.
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah, exactly. So one of them steps in the roller tray and then jumps up on me.
Oh.
His wife laughs it off like it wasn't a big deal that I had paw prints on me. I also had to throw out the primer because it now had mud in it. I had told them both to let me do the work in peace. This is where it gets interesting. After I prepared a new tray of paint, I wrote the word F in huge letters on the wall in primer. Is that reasonable?
Can he cover it up?
Now, I don't know too much about painting.
Is he going to leave it like this?
I mean, who knows? Who knows? That's the thing. Do you guys know? Like, it's in primer. What does that mean? Educate me if you know about painting.
I think it may mean, I don't actually know what this means, but this is my guess, is if they ever, like, you know how like sometimes when people redo walls, they'll put like newspapers from 1965 in there, and then when the person redoes the walls, they'll be like, oh my gosh, there's this newspaper from 1965, it's so old. Or
like it's like in
it's
the
like
wall.
in the wall, and so like it's a little Easter egg for the people that redo the house next. It could be when you put it in primer, you're sanding down the walls to put down a new fresh coat of paint, and then all of us see it, or like sudden you see like fuck in like giant letters. Could be a little prank for the next person that does the walls.
Oh yeah, because it seems like primer. It seems like that is a first coat that is designed to be covered by like more coats later.
So I imagine it would not show up.
As long as it doesn't show up, then I would say it's like it's a decent prank because there isn't a ton of harm other than if someone, I guess, sands it down. And I guess people in the comments who have painted houses might know better than us. But
I will say, though, there is actually an explanation. So don't worry. I was just testing your painting ability right there. For those of you who may not know, primer is the coat of paint that you put down before the actual paint. For lack of a better word, it sticks to the wall better. And when it dries, it creates a better surface for the paint to stick to. So there you go. You guys were pretty much accurate with what you just said there. Woo. Anyway, his wife saw it and freaked. She said I was drawing profanity in her house. I told her it was primer and to stay out of my way. I then finished the job and went home. My friend called me and said that I'd really upset his wife with my childishness and that she would not let me back until I apologized. I asked him what I was apologizing for. He said that I wrote a curse word on his wall, so I asked him to provide a picture. He said he couldn't since I'd painted over it. I asked what the problem was since the word wasn't there anymore, but he said that I still needed to apologize. I said that him wanting me to apologize was in no way the same as me needing to apologize. But he said that I couldn't come back until I did. No problem for me. I was helping him for free on my weeks off from work. He called me 2 days later and asked if I was coming to finish the painting since I'd be away at work for 3 weeks. I said I wasn't ready to apologize yet, and maybe I would be when I got back, but I probably won't be. As you said, they have been able to cover it up, so it's profanity that's under paint. Surely you don't have to apologize for that, do you?
I mean, it is an unprofessional move, but it sounds like he's doing this guy a favor.
Yeah.
And they're friends, right? They're friends, right?
Yeah, I think they're friends. It looks like they're friends and it's for free.
Yeah.
He's doing it in his time off.
It's like, I think it's like a little prank. Like John, if you needed your house painted, I wrote in giant letters and primer, but could cover it up, would you just think it was funny? Or
I would honestly think it's funny.
Yeah, especially if it's like no harm.
Yeah. You can cover it up. Literally, no one's gonna find it unless they sand down the later layers of paint,
which is hilarious too.
Which is a hilarious Easter egg in its own right. So and also like the big thing to me is OP had time off work to help for free.
Yeah,
and then
OP's doing a favor.
You're letting the dog come in and like, get paint all over you. Like, yeah, no.
And also, I actually think what happened is OP wrote fuck in giant letters initially and then went over it with the primer. So I actually don't even think you would, and then went over it with the paint. So it was just like write fuck on the wall and then went over primer and then went over paint. So I don't think it would even show up even if it was sanded down.
That's probably quite likely.
Yeah.
And also, even if it wasn't, if they didn't do more primer, what would you rather find on your wall, as you said? Like a newspaper from back in the day or just some profanity? I know what I'd rather. What's more funny? Definitely the F word. Get it up there in my opinion.
Want both.
Yeah. Same one's both. F, this news event, 1996. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Now, the wife is saying to everyone that I am a terrible person for leaving a job half finished. I tell everyone who asks that I was working for free and that they told me not to come back. So OP did paint over it a bit, but hasn't fully finished the job. Now there's a big fight in our friend group between the people who think I should keep the peace and those who think she is being an entitled whiner. No one else is volunteering to help at their house, and now either they have to half-ass the job or pay someone. I'm getting hell for that too. So, am I the jerk? What do we think? Sam, your thoughts?
I think no. There was no, it was a funny little thing that had literally no repercussions. He's doing the job for free when he should be paid. And it's a friend, like they know each other. It's not like he's doing, like, I think he would be the asshole if he was doing a paid job in someone's house and wrote fuck on the wall. Like that's kind of unprofessional. But if he's doing it for a friend for free, I think it's totally fine. I don't think it's an a-hole move at all.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Also, the friends, it just made me laugh hearing the friends say like, oh, well, now they have to go find someone to pay to do the job. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, they would have had to done that in the first place.
Yeah.
They've saved money by not having to go hire someone. So it's like, they still win. The couple still wins at the end of the day. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. OP has said in the comments that they didn't offer to pay, but they didn't need to offer to pay. OP was happy to help, but you guys are both right. He's working for free.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to pay for
OP
a
just sounds
job
like a
that would have
good,
been
funny
free.
guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good prank. That's what I say.
Good prank.
Yeah. Very good prank indeed. Let's move on to our next post. Okay, Sam, it's your time to shine. You have the next story for us. Let's go.
I'm so ready to shine. So, am I the a-hole for fat shaming my roommate because she wouldn't stop talking about how fat America is?
Now, I haven't chosen this post
Really?
just because the boys are American.
Oh, wow.
By the way.
Yeah, it's trying to tell us something.
Maybe I have. But they're both if you're watching on YouTube, you can see they're both in very good shape. So
There we go.
Hey, I appreciate that. So what do you guys think? A-hole move or not?
It's like fighting fire with fire. Like
Yeah.
you're saying, Am I the a-hole for fat shaming someone for someone who is like fat shaming everyone in America?
Yeah.
I guess if someone goes super overboard and you need to give them a little taste of their own medicine.
But if someone's like, hey, oh man, everyone's in America is just like so obese and overweight.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got McDonald's, your portions are so big, and then you're just like, well, you're a fat ass. So who are you?
Yeah, you know what? You make such a great point. I think I'm gonna go with no context, is the a-hole for the fat
is the
shaming.
a-hole.
I'm
Jack,
gonna go
what
with
do you
that with
think?
no context.
This is just to explain to my viewers as well. This is what the boys like to do. They try to guess without context before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
With no evidence
whatsoever.
Yeah. That makes it fun because then you come back to your original prediction at the start.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I agree. This does sound kind of jerky, but I don't know. I've had a quick little look, and there's going to be some context there. All right, here we go. Okay.
So, I, 25 female, am an American who has been living in London for about 6 months now. My roommate, B, 23 female, has been nice for the most part, and I have even come to enjoy her company. My only issue is that she has always taken jabs at America. To clarify, I don't think America is above criticism, and I have no problem shooting shit from time to time. When I first met her, I would laugh along, and I didn't feel any type of way about it. However, it's become too frequent. And as time has gone on, I've started to notice an obnoxious air of superiority every time she does this, which really makes me feel like it's not all in good fun anymore. She'll even refuse to believe me if I correct her when she says something untrue, i.e. when she says, Americans are all so stupid because of all of your tests are multiple choice. What does that even mean?
Is that
Jack,
true?
did you not have multiple choice?
Do you not have multiple choice tests?
Yeah, of course we did. Of course we did. But I guess, are they all a multiple choice in America? Surely not.
No.
Not all of them.
I had to write essays.
Yeah, I mean,
I had to solve math problems.
A good portion of them, but not all of them.
All of our like big standardized tests are usually multiple choice, so the grading is easier because it's done in books, like SATs, ACTs, all the stuff that you need to get into college with. It's for efficiencies, not because we're dumb.
Yeah.
And I told her that wasn't true. She insisted the schools I went to must be different from most schools in America. Have you heard of fucking Harvard or Princeton or UCLA, my alma mater? Bro, we got some smarties in this country. Come on.
Very, very true.
Have you heard of like any Nobel laureate? Probably American, minus Einstein. That's the only one that's not American.
We can't claim.
I tried to go Oppenheimer. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Wow. Did he win a Nobel Peace Prize? Probably not.
Probably not. He won the exact opposite.
You never know.
I've tried to go along with it as I don't want to be an overly sensitive person, but it's starting to get on my nerves. All of my frustrations came to a head last night when she was starting to talk about how disgusting it was that America is so fat, a topic I've heard her talk about many times. I was in a bad mood. I still tried my best to ignore her, but she just kept going on and on and on. I've always had to bite my tongue when she talks about America's obesity epidemic because B is overweight herself.
Oof.
I finally snapped and stopped biting my tongue. And I said, don't you think this is a little ironic?
Oh.
Here we go.
She gave me a confused look and asked why she would think that. To which I applied, well, I'm an American and I'm a heck of a lot thinner than you.
Wow.
This conversation would make more sense if you were the thin one.
That's so
There's a
valid.
little bit more, but a-hole or not.
So valid. In my opinion. And
Jack's like, I'm gonna say that right now.
English person, that is so valid. You can't say these things and then not back it up yourself. Come on.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
John, what do you think?
I do want there to be a way to get the roommate to just stop because I could see how annoying it would be to just constantly hear these diatribes. But and I also I understand where it's like you kind of reach a breaking point and sometimes you just snap. But maybe not the best move. Maybe not the best move.
So she absolutely exploded and told me that I had no right to make comments about her body. After that, she locked herself up in her room and now refuses to talk to me. I made some beef stew for dinner tonight as a peace offering. But
more food.
Yeah. Let me
food,
fatten you
wow.
up. But she still won't acknowledge my presence. I do feel bad about hurting her feelings, but I also feel she shouldn't dish it if she can't take it.
Yes.
Or eat it. So
that's the main thing at the end, I think. You got to be able to take it.
Yeah.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also she's
so, I mean, what do we think? A-hole or not?
For me, no. I mean, she's saying that you shouldn't comment on someone's weight, but is she not commenting on an entire country's weight?
On 330 million people's weight.
Exactly.
That's hypocrisy.
That's true. That is a great point. I think the hypocrisy kind of cancels it out, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what it's like? It's like when you have like a little sibling and you're like always like teasing and ragging on them for like ultimately innocuous things, but you're still teasing and ragging on them. But then someone else comes and teases, and you're like,
"Hey,
no,
whoa,
that's only for me." You know what I mean?
Yeah, Americans can call other Americans fat, but hey, no, if England comes for me, no way.
Not England, the city.
Not England, the city.
Wow, England, the country. It's a much worse place than England, the city, in my opinion. But yeah, I have to agree.
I think not the a-hole.
Unanimous.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to be a little contrarian. I actually think, for me, think a little bit a-hole-y, and only because I would not say that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that.
I wouldn't say that. I would. Jack's going on. I wouldn't say that. No, I don't think I would.
I don't know. I think it's tough. I'd be tempted.
I've had this happen. I've been in this exact situation, and I wouldn't say anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happened in your situation?
I would just make fun of America too. I mean, I'm also a dual citizen, so like when I was in Australia, I'm Australian over there.
Two-faced double agent.
That's important information right there.
Right? Yeah. Crossing to the other side. How could you?
I know.
Okay, well there we go.
Not
a unanimous answer. But
yeah, not unanimous. I say the a-hole a little bit.
Split between the lines.
But John, I think Jack gave us a third story for us to ponder.
It's John's time.
I think he did.
It's John's time to step up.
It's my time to shine.
Let's
do it. Am I the a-hole for refusing to style my 12-year-old daughter's hair?
She's 12. She can style it, right?
She is 12. I guess it really depends on the context. Is the mom like in a rush to work and she's like, brush my hair, do my hair.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I got to go to work.
Or maybe it's like she's been doing her hair for so long, and the mom's finally like, honey, you're 12, you're a big girl, you can do your own hair. And it's a mark of independence. It's like a rite of passage.
Letting her spread her wings and fly? Okay.
Spread her hair and put it in a bow or like a French braid.
There we go. Jack, what say you?
I think it all depends. It all depends on what we're about to see. But yeah, I mean, like in England, secondary school starts at 11 years old. It's like kind of big school. And at that stage, you got to be doing stuff yourself. So if your daughter OP is still being like, no, I need your help to do my hair and stuff, as you say, it's a part of growing up. You got to be able to do these things. But we'll see. We'll see.
There's only one way to find out. Opie says, basically, I'm white and Native American. My daughter's dad is Puerto Rican and Native American.
Wait, you're white and Native American, aren't you?
Is this? Whoa! What's going on here?
Yeah, hold on.
Found
and also the next
John's account
because the next sentence is my hair is straight and blonde.
John literally went on the podcast not long ago and talked about how he's 6% Native American,
and it became a whole thing. And my ex's hair is black, coarse, and frizzy/poofy.
I mean, John's girlfriend's hair is that.
Wow.
Is this me? Is this me? Let's keep reading and find out if I secretly submitted this story to Jack. My daughter has a mixture of both of our hair. When it's longer, it becomes more straight and super easy to style. When it's short, it's nearly impossible to even brush through, let alone style. I've always had long hair, but her dad and her grandmother think long hair is ugly. I mean, there was even a time back years ago when my ex's mom insisted on cutting off my dead ends and told me that she wouldn't cut it short. It was down to my booty. And she literally chopped it right below my shoulders and said, "Oh, that's so much better," and got pissed at me for saying I hated it and would never let her touch my hair again. Needless to say, me and my ex broke up shortly after. So
that's traumatic.
The mother-in-law basically chopped all her hair off, and
which is like, I don't like that style. Snip.
Oh, wow. That's
which we've learned, at least in America, is a form of assault.
Yeah. Because they had in Intercourse, Pennsylvania, there was like this group of Amish people that cut someone else's beard off, and it was considered a hate crime because the beard is so important.
Right.
Or maybe it was like outside of the Amish community, they cut someone's beard off. But like if it has like cultural significance, your hair, the length of your hair, I mean, it's a crime.
If you're Sikh, you literally don't cut
if
your hair.
you're a Sikh, exactly. And that would be a hate crime if you cut that hair. Like John actually once said, if I ever cut his hair without him knowing, he would throw hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would.
Is that true?
Yes.
Would you do that?
I wouldn't throw hands, but I would be.
You would throw one hand.
I would throw one singular hand. Yeah, I would be very, because it's taken me years.
I mean, I've seen John train Muay Thai. Man is vicious.
Oh, wow.
Don't let that man out of the cage.
Don't find my Florida bath salt energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's in there.
It's hidden deep down in my core.
Wow. Okay.
Are you familiar with the whole Florida bath salt thing, Jack?
I don't think I'm familiar enough to know exactly what's going on there.
Basically, it's become like a meme. Everyone like clowns on Florida because there's all these crazy stories, and someone took bath salts and then just went berserk and like
ate someone's face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
so
that's Florida for you.
It's in there.
That story lives in my brain.
Yep.
Forever.
Sam lives in fear, just wondering if the bath salt John
when will bath salt John emerge?
Oh no. Stay away.
That's right. Well, let's keep reading the story here. For years, my daughter would go to visit and come with her hair chopped off. Oh my gosh. So she would go to visit the dad and the grandma, and they
every single time. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
At what point are you just like, don't go there?
Honestly, yes. That's
surely
insane, especially to happen.
My word.
Yeah.
Right, like repeatedly.
Yeah.
One time is like, okay, draw the line. You can never do that again. And it keeps happening. If I made comments about it, it was met with, she's my effing kid too. You aren't the boss. What happens at my house is none of your business. You don't make the effing rules. That's
authoritative. It's putting a foot
That's
down.
just wrong.
Yeah, how about the daughter?
Completely wrong.
Shouldn't she be the boss of
her own hair? Although, to be fair, I was not the boss of my own hair until college, because I went to all boys private schools, and you have to have your hair in a very specific fashion.
But that's different than for no true, like, there's a school
that has... It isn't for any reason. It isn't for any reason. It's for no reason.
You're right. You are totally right, but it's like even worse for just the dad being like, nope, you're not.
Yeah, no, it is worse. It is
don't
worse.
Get your hair. Yeah. But 2 years ago, my daughter started telling them that she wanted to grow her hair out because she couldn't style her short hair without help. And we were both getting pissed off and short-fused over having to wake up 1 to 2 hours earlier every morning just to brush through her hair and style it to a point where she doesn't feel insecure at school.
1 to 2 hours? Wow.
That's insanely long.
Listen, for coarse hair, there's if many of you might know, there's the scale of like 1 ABC, 2 ABC, 3 ABC, 4 ABC of hair coarseness. Once you start getting into 3 and 4s, it can take a long time to, depending on what you want to do. That's why a lot of people will to get braids. If it's one person doing it, it could take up to 6, 7, 8 hours to get braids done. Yeah, absolutely.
8 hours.
That's crazy.
My girlfriend, she has very coarse curly hair. She had 3 people braiding at once, and it took them 3 hours.
Whoa.
How much does that cost?
You want to know?
Yes.
Easily between, I would say a like a median range is 300 to 600, but it can easily go above 1,000.
Oh, because it's 3 people for 3 hours.
3 hours each. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, fair enough. That's a lot of hours.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay, well there we go.
A lot more products.
Pretty
I
cool.
would shave my
work.
head. I would shave my head at that point.
Well, I mean, yeah,
That's insane.
I guess that's kind of what's happening.
Or I would grow it really long, I guess.
Yeah.
If it seems like her coarseness gets less and less the longer it is. So she's like, oh, it's like easier and less for me to maintain the longer it gets.
Which, bro, I mean, if that was me, I would totally be like, yes, I need long hair. I can't spend 8 hours a day.
During that time, they respected her wishes and didn't touch her hair. So seems okay for now. But a month ago, her grandmother and dad started bitching about her hair again. I made a point to tell them not to touch her hair without her permission because I have a newborn at home and now I can't take 1 to 2 hours every morning to style her hair anymore. Well, they convinced my daughter to chop off her hair this past weekend. And sure enough, my daughter is in my room at 5:30 a.m. asking me to help her with her hair while I'm nursing my newborn.
Oh, no.
I told her no. I had just started feeding the baby. She immediately flipped out. She said, my grandmother said that you should be taking time to do my hair and that you have 2 kids, not 1.
Oh, grandma gave that as freaking ammunition.
I texted the grandmother and asked what the F she said to my kid. And she said, as a mom, you need to prioritize both kids, not just the baby. Do your daughter's effing hair. I didn't do my kid's hair. She's blaming me for feeling insecure at school now.
Wow.
I can't believe the grandmother turned the daughter against OP.
I'm so glad that the X is an X.
That's mad. That is mad.
Wow.
What do we think then?
So this is this grandmother is the grandmother like in-law,
Yes.
right?
This is the X's mom.
It seems like the grandmother convinces the daughter to do it each time. To be clear, I think OP is not the a-hole
Yes.
at all for not doing the daughter's hair.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, like you're 12, as you get like older, you have to start taking care of yourself, and you can't have your parents do everything for you. So this is probably a good learning lesson at the very least.
I think she's being brainwashed by the grandma and probably the dad too.
Yeah.
Because
which
of their
sucks.
ridiculous, insane thing of long hair is ugly. You have to have it short.
Yeah.
It's just absolute insanity. So OP is, you know, the victim of this whole like trying to get the daughter to cut her hair short.
Feels so bad. I feel so bad for the daughter.
Yeah.
Totally.
I feel bad for the daughter. I feel bad for OP.
I agree. I feel like everyone's kind of could do better here. As in, like, I feel like there should be a solution to this in which, I mean, I don't know how exactly, you know, how technical the hair is and does it have to be done every day, but surely there's some hairstyle or way you can protect the hair to which it doesn't need 1 to 2 hours of attention every single day. Because, you know, that's just too much effort. I can't see how that has to be the case. I think there's a kind of a common sort of denominator here that everyone can kind of come to the same sort of, you know, reasoning and find a solution that works for everyone. Because there's too much pressure on your daughter to do it herself. Obviously too much pressure on you, OP, to do it. But yeah, for the grandma to be saying this, I don't know about that.
Absolute insanity. The true evil mastermind a-holes here are the X and the grandmother.
Yeah, I can definitely concur with that. Okay then, guys, we have time for one more story. Strap in. This is an interesting one, is all I'll say. Am I the jerk for getting upset and hurt at my boyfriend for asking me to give a little more after his parents complain that I'm a freeloader whenever I come over to their home? All right, so a little backstory. I've been dating my boyfriend for about a year. He does live at home with both of his parents. We are both in our early 30s, and it's a bit uncomfortable with dating since he lives at home, but financially he is saving a lot of money, and with today's market, it makes sense. However, the past few months, I've been coming over 2 to 3 times a week to his parents' house around dinner time and to sleep over. Every night, my boyfriend's mother makes dinner for everybody. She can get kind of cranky and irritable, so we all just try to give her her own space in the kitchen. But whenever she asks for my help, I always give her whatever assistance she may need. I also do whatever task she wants around the house, including sweeping and cleaning of the floors, cleaning up the kitchen and the dishes after dinner, buying things outside of the home that she may need or ask for, picking up her vegetable and fruit at the local farm when she's out of town. But over Thanksgiving Day weekend, my boyfriend asked his parents if I could sleep over Saturday night. His parents stated they didn't want me to sleep over that night. So I got kind of sad, but I went home and he slept over at my place instead. However, after I left that night and before my boyfriend came to my place, they got in a heated fight about everything. His mum stated, she shows up right at dinner and we feel like she's freeloading. She doesn't offer to help out or help out while I'm cooking. She doesn't help prepare the food with me. While his dad said, I don't like having her here because it feels like I can't be comfortable when she's around. My boyfriend said that he did defend me during this argument with his parents. He said that he listed off things about how I helped her in past instances and gave examples of how I always clean up the kitchen and I always do everything she asks of me. But what hurt my feelings is that my boyfriend wants me to, quote, give a little bit more and help out more just so she shuts up about it. I find that insulting because I've done nothing wrong. So, am I the jerk for feeling insulted that I need to change? I feel like they're the ones who need to change and apologize. I'm just looking for some unbiased opinions about this whole situation. Thank you. There we go. I think that is a 50-50 one, to be honest. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. What you think just off the bat.
I feel like when you are in someone else's home, like you should help out.
Yeah.
You should help out, but
particularly like your partner's parents.
Yeah,
you know,
like both of us would probably do that just to be like, you know, win points with the parents and like get on
100%.
everyone's good side, I think. Although it does feel like a little harsh, like from the parents as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of picking up the vibe. I don't know if you guys are seeing this as well, that the parents or maybe like the mom kind of want her to go from, you know, great helper to doing all of it, being like a cook, like a maid or something. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting from this.
I'm also getting the vibe that like the parents are very protective of like maybe a little helicoptery. And maybe this is why he's living at home, possibly.
Interesting.
I think there's a lot going on here. I really do.
You're not a full service maid. Why aren't you doing everything for our son?
But then you could flip it on the other hand and kind of say instead, has she kind of overstayed her welcome a little bit? Should she be taking up a little bit more of the roles? Like, could she offer to make a whole meal herself? She's given reasons as to why she hasn't done that, or there's a limit to how much, you know, she's willing to help out, like saying that the mum gets cranky or whatever. But could that be perhaps because she's not doing more?
How old are they?
They're both in their early 30s. So that's one of the main points here, is that they're quite old.
I think it may be time to get your own place. Like I think this is an indicator of like
exactly. They're not like
maybe you've
early
outgrown. 20s. Yeah, I think it's.
Agree.
I mean, it also could be like the parents being like, "Son, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like get your own place."
Weird way to say it though.
Yeah.
Like make your girlfriend do more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, true.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like I've heard of the scenario where it's like, hey, if you're gonna stay in your house, you're gonna pay rent, or if you're gonna stay in your house, you're gonna have to do these chores, right? With like parents who have their kids stay like longer, and just like make it slightly like more uncomfortable for them, so they move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to remember as well, she has her own, like Opie has her own place, but still it's like she's going over to his parents' place 3 days a week. Is that not a bit weird as well? I mean, perhaps we're missing a little bit of context.
I wonder
as to why.
Do you think OP's significant other is offering to go, or maybe it's just like we're splitting time between our places, like half and half?
I don't know. Maybe.
I was kind of assuming that boyfriend was more initiating and kind of orchestrating going to his parents' house.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, why would we constantly go over there and like have to? And I feel, again, I'm trying to read in between the lines, but from what we read from OP's story, I feel like OP would be like, yeah, let's go to my place. I don't care. You know.
Well, maybe the sex is hotter in his childhood bedroom.
You know.
Well, there we go.
May be true.
Could be true. Could be true. Wow, there we go. So, final thoughts. What do we think? Arsehole or not?
I'm going to say not the asshole, but I also feel like I need more context.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say not the asshole. Yeah.
I think everyone could do better, but on the whole, I agree. I feel like it's kind of come out the blue a little bit. And yeah, probably just about not the arsehole. But again, I agree with you, Sam. It needs a little bit more context there. But there we go. Yeah. I guess a relatively unanimous answer.
There we go. We all ended on the same page. This is a beautiful thing.
There we go. Okay, anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. Really hope you enjoyed it. Sam, John, thank you very much for coming on the channel. Once again, guys, we've done another one on their channel. You can look up OKOP anywhere on any platform. Isn't that right, lads? Or the link down below.
Everywhere.
In the description.
That's correct.
There we go. Wonderful stuff. I do thoroughly recommend you check it out. But for now, that is the end of this one. Like, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to the guys' channel as well. And I will catch you all on the next one.